In the heart of Anambra state lies the quiet
village of Mwako, a place where nothing strange ever seemed to happen. Children played freely in the sun, women fetched water, and men told stories under mango trees. Among them lived a well-known and strangely admired man, Chief Ordinibo,
the native doctor, with grand houses, expensive cars, and regular visits from powerful people.
Many feared him more than they respected him, but hidden beneath his wealth was something too dark for any mind to imagine.
Over the past few years, whispers crept through Mwako. Families spoke in hushed tones about relatives
who left for the market and never returned.
Others mentioned the eerie silence that surrounded
Chief Odinibo's compound at
night. Strange lights, chants and cries. The police had no leads.
People were scared to talk,
and the chief remained untouchable until the day he made a terrible mistake. It was a warm Saturday morning.
12-year-old Adiz walked beside her father, Nandi, as they headed to the farm.
She was a cheerful child, with bright eyes and a curious mind.
She often asked her father why the world was the way it was.
That day, she asked, "Papa, why do people disappear?" Nandi smiled sadly, not knowing that within hours, he would become part of that mystery.
As they passed near Chief Odinibo's property, a black SUV pulled up. 2 masked men jumped out.
Nandi shouted, "Run, Adiz!"
But it was too late.
They grabbed him and hit him unconscious.
They threw Adiz into the car and sped away. That night, the village cried.
A man was missing, and a little girl had vanished. But this time, something was different. This time, the gods were watching.
Adiz awoke in a damp room with no windows, only the flickering light of a lantern. She heard muffled chants and smelled blood.
There were cages, bones, old wrappers.
She wasn't the first to be there. She cried for her father.
She prayed for the gods to rescue her, and unknown to her, the gods had already started working. In the dead of night, Adiz heard footsteps. Someone else was in the compound. One of the native doctor's younger boys came in with food, but the boy didn't speak.
He only looked at her, as if he knew this was wrong. Hours later, the boy returned and whispered, "When you hear drums, crawl behind the broken wall." Then he left,
and just before dawn, drums began to beat.
With her heart pounding, Adiz crawled toward the wall and found a small tunnel. Her little body squeezed through dirt and darkness.
Rats brushed past her, but she didn't stop.
She emerged behind a compound, covered in filth, shaking but alive.
She ran. She reached the road and was picked up by a farmer. When the villagers saw her, dirty and crying, they rushed to her. She told them everything. The cages, the bodies, the underground rooms. Word spread like wildfire, and for the first time in years, fear turned to rage. The villagers stormed Chief Odinibo's mansion,
but he was gone, vanished just hours earlier. Only his accomplice remained, Okoro, a man known for silence and shadow.
They dragged him out and beat him until he confessed.
"Yes, we used them for rituals." He buried them under the house, dozens of them.
The police arrived too late to stop the furor, but they arrested Okoro and sealed off the mansion.
When the authorities dug beneath Chief Odinibo's mansion, they uncovered more than 20 bodies. Some were villagers missing for years.
Others were never even reported missing. The air was thick with horror. The ground cried.
Adiz pointed to one of the cloths the bodies were wrapped in and whispered, "That was my papa's." News spread across Nigeria.
Social media exploded.
The image of a 12-year-old girl pointing to a shallow grave broke hearts. People called for justice.
Traditional rulers called for cleansing rituals. Religious leaders called it the work of demons.
And somewhere, hiding in the shadows, Chief Ordinibo watched.
Knowing that his secrets were no longer safe, months passed. The house was demolished.
A shrine was built where the graves were found,
and the villagers held a massive ceremony in honor of the victims. Adiz became a symbol of courage. Her father's body was never recovered, But she now lived with her uncle, safe and protected. The village would never forget.
And Chief Ordinibo, his story was not over.
Because evil may run, but it cannot hide forever.